Welcome to Belonging Songs, the podcast where we bring you a new original song every week and talk about the themes of that song and the processes that go into writing and recording it. My name is Wade Dana. With me, as always, my good friends Brad Maurer.
Hello.
And Patrick Crane.
Hi again.
This week's song is called Blue Sky. Let's give it a listen.
Another day, another day, another day, another day. I don't believe I'll go out and play. Instead I'll just waste away. Yeah, I know it's wrong, but I don't hear that said in my head. No, I just go on when people ask me how I am, I pretend. And I don't know why I have to feel this way every day. Another day, another day, another day, another day. I didn't make $1 today. I made sure to stay a disgrace. Yeah, I know life's hard, but I can't bear the weight. I'd go so far to say that breathing is to suffocate. And I don't know why I have to feel this way every day. That some chemical change will inadvertently clear away most of the pain. And for a few days there'll be no clouds and none of the rain. It's almost like if a blue sky never knew that it would darken again. Yeah, it's almost like if a blue sky never knew that it would darken again and again. Another day, another day, another day, another day. I wish I didn't have strong ambition, because the goals are too hard to win. And I'm a big coward who's afraid of his own conceit. But wisdom is power. Someday maybe that'll finally sink in. And I don't know why I just can't feel that way every day. Like when some chemical change inadvertently clears away most of the pain. And during those days, it's no burden to carry the weight. But then it'd be like when you see the sun chase away the rain. Yeah, then it'd be like if a blue sky never knew that it would darken again. Yeah, then it'd be like if a blue sky never knew that it would darken again. Yeah, then it'd be like if a blue sky never knew that it would darken again.
All right, guys. Before you guys jump in, that song, this the second song that I wrote for this project, and I would say this is the most vulnerable I've allowed myself to be while writing and recording a song. So I'm curious to see how it hit for you guys and what kind of emotional responses it conjured in you, if any. So, Patrick, if you want to get us started.
Yeah, I think one word comes to mind just right off the bat as far as what I feel. It's brutalist. It's brutal honesty. I hate to use a cliched word, but it feels really raw, like you've picked a scab off of something. In fact, I almost get the sense that there's an air of unfinishedness to the narrator's story, but also to the song in general, which really resonates with me.
So unfinished, not in a sense that the songs
Correct.
unfinished,
Not complete,
but
just like
the story
an
may
unfinished
have more
life,
to it.
right? The song that you had shared week 1 has optimist, pessimist kind of play, somebody being remotivated by themselves, whereas this one, I just hear somebody who can't come to terms with things and isn't getting to the point of getting over the hump, and it's just I can't see the future. I don't see anything worth living
It's
for.
a hard song for me to listen to with
Yeah.
others. Honestly, like I get, I don't know, like little
Exposure.
Yeah,
right?
I feel very exposed.
And I think it speaks to, I don't know, all humans, but humans like us, because it really takes you on that ride where you're stuck in a rut, you're out of the rut, you're stuck in the rut, you're out of the rut. We all
there seems to
feel
be a
that.
theme arising.
Yeah,
in the
there's
show.
definitely a situation if you're a psychiatrist out there.
That's why I'm writing a pop banger for the next episode.
This is when they might start slipping us cards and go, hey, if you need anybody to talk to. But I think it speaks, I think, to me, because I'll have 3 days in a row where you just you can't seem to just shake a funk, and then you feel really good. For me, it's a lot longer periods of time, but then I'll hit that weird 3 days in a row where I just don't want to do anything. And I know this is you, but I think what's important to say out loud is the fact that you don't think about yourself analytically for most of your life. And then I think you've gotten to a point where all of a sudden you're like, you know what? Like, I see this about myself. Like, I understand this.
Right.
And I think that's like, this song's probably a step in you correcting whatever this song's about in you.
Right. I think wow, it's a really apt observation from Brad, because what I think about is, there's those days, or quite frankly weeks, if my boss isn't listening, where I go into work, I'm like, God damn it, I'm gonna do a better job tomorrow. And I'm gonna come in with full energy, and then you go and you sit in your chair and you're like, it's not working.
Right.
And you're pissed at yourself because it's not working, and so you are in your own head and can't get out of it.
Right.
And it's just this spiral. And that's what I get. I get that. I don't know if despair is the right word, but it's just like that self-loathing, like, God damn it, I'm sick of being this way, and I know I'm this way.
Well, and just then some chemical change will inadvertently clear away most of the pain. Is like, when you're in that state, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I, like, everything's good right now, but then, so it's something above you, like, it's not you.
Clearly, this is about depression, and I've something I've dealt with for a long time.
And I think you writing this song is you understanding, like, like, hey, like, I'm gonna figure out what the fuck it is.
It's cathartic.
Yeah.
So like in like the chorus tagline, like, if a blue sky never knew that it would darken again, like the sky always darkens again.
Right. It is.
And it's coming. It's kind of always, and you can feel it coming on.
And so it's a kind of a killjoy effect, It's like, as a person, knowing that the sky's going to darken again for you, like, you're like, well, this is great now, but when's the bottom going to drop out? Instead of enjoying those moments that are good, instead you're focused still on the ones that are going to be bad, even though they're not there yet.
I tried to make it at least like towards the end, it gets a little more upbeat too. It still leaves you with that lingering feeling of, there's ups and downs, and there's going to be downs coming. But I think it ends kind of on, you're on the upswing on the end, but there's always something on the horizon that
it's somebody who...
It's like a battle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
An internal battle that we all...
The bad times are inevitably coming, so why have the good times now?
Yeah.
Right.
This seems to be another theme, is I'll pick out one particular set of lyrics from Wade. It seems like every one of your songs has a couple phrases that I just think are unbelievably clever with how they tie into the song and how they're paced. And
please tell me more.
Yeah. You're very handsome. So this song for me is the standout lyrics were, I'm a big coward who's afraid of his own conceit. That's really nice songwriting.
I struggled with even adding that because of it. I mean, basically what it says. I mean, that it's true. So ultimately I felt I had to, but it acknowledges that conceit, and it is something I struggle with. Like, I don't want to walk around being the guy that's like, I'm the shit.
Right.
But
right.
I mean, sometimes you got to let yourself feel like that a bit.
Well, I think there's
to
a difference
achieve
between
things.
confidence
Yeah.
and
You're very
I
handsome.
think humble people struggle with confidence.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and you can be proud and confident and explain to people that hey, like I'm really I like this.
Yeah, and then you follow it up with wisdom as power. It's like, yeah, I know all this. I've been told by the people I love. I know it in my own head, but it just won't fucking sink in. So yeah, for me, for what it's worth, that's my favorite lines in the song. All right, done with the podcast.
Let me
Moving on.
ask you, I got a question moving off of lyrics.
Okay.
Why no drums?
So yeah, this song is 3 tracks. It's my vocal, it's my guitar, and then it's a second vocal track on the chorus, and that's it. And the reason I kept it that way was because of its vulnerability, and that's kind of what I wanted to convey. Like, it's exposed. It's super simple. It's just these core elements, and I don't know. I thought that would speak more to the content of the song than more production on it.
Right.
I think that worked because I didn't notice they weren't there for most of the song. You know what I mean? Like, I had to consciously think like, well, oh, there's not drums in this song, especially when the first chorus kicks in. You know, it took me till the other verse came around, like, oh, that was a big chorus that didn't have any
kind of
drums.
picture like myself or a person in just a void, you
Yeah.
know, kind
Right.
of screaming
It's you
to
and a
the
guitar.
a cave,
sky,
right?
yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
I never felt like it needed it.
Yeah.
There was no part of the song that made me hungry for percussion or for like a big crescendo or more complexity. I got exactly the image you're trying to convey, which is just this guy alone with nothing around in his own head. You know, you could be surrounded by 30 people that adore you, but you are alone in your head with your guitar.
We can go ahead and get technical. Like I said, there's not a whole lot in this song, and it's one of the rare instances where I did most of the vocal like as a take. And this is, I don't know, I feel like stupid admitting this, but I actually like almost was crying during part of it, and I don't know, that feels cheesy to say, but it's true.
Let me ask you
And,
the question: Did you record it on up days or down days? Because I think that matters.
This whole project has got me pretty up, so
Yeah.
it's been up.
So you
but
were happy singing about the sky darkening again, which is not where you were when you were singing it.
I felt like it was something that I needed to say,
Yeah.
so it felt important to me to get out, which makes me feel good. You
Yeah,
know, this
yeah.
is making music's what I want to be doing.
Yeah,
next.
absolutely.
And the whole process of doing is cathartic. Yeah. So as far as getting technical, there's really not a whole lot. I played the guitar. That's like one take. The vocals I did a couple different takes.
How was it written? Did you write it on the guitar and then record it, or
This
did
song
you
I
write
wrote-
as you record it?
I wrote all the lyrics for this first,
Wow. Okay.
and then kind of had the melody going along as I was doing it, and then I wrote the guitar to it,
So you've told me before that, you know,
which is opposite than what I
right,
normally
opposite
do,
what
yeah.
you're comfortable doing.
The first line I had for this was another day, another day. Like I just had that in my head. That whole verse there came first, and I kind of had the melody with that, and that's my story right now. That's where I'm at. Like
Yeah.
I basically quit my job after finishing school, hoping to find something better to do with
Forcing
my
yourself on a path.
life, and it really hasn't worked out that great. So that kind of speaks to that, like just kind of feeling worthless. And like, why do I have to feel like this? I feel like I have a lot to offer the world, so it can be like a daunting feeling. So
Yeah, and I think that comes through with the again, there's the brutal honesty of how the song's composed and how you sing it.
So would you say, is it done?
No,
You don't think it's done?
I don't think it's quite done. This would be a song where if I was putting on a producer hat, I would be really, really nervous about tinkering with it too much, because if you start doing 9-10 takes of this song, it's gonna lose everything that's being conveyed. The one, I guess, negative note, and it's not really negative, but if the blue sky never knew that it would darken again in the first chorus, it feels like you're trying to elevate it there, and it doesn't sound as honest as the rest of the song. Like you got in your own head for a second, and then get back to checking yourself. Like, I'm gonna sing what I feel, but that one part where I think you were actually probably truly feeling the emotional weight of the content and the process of the song, I think you sound a little guarded there, and you just.
So you think it's a performance thing?
It's a performance thing.
Not the line.
No,
not the lyric?
no. It's not the line. But
So that line could maybe be revisited.
I
in the
could be
recording?
full of shit, but I get the feeling that you got self-conscious real quick during that one part of the song, and it's so pronounced in my head that it throws me off when I'm listening to it.
Okay.
Like you want to crescendo your voice there, but you hold back because either you think it's cheesy or you feel like you're sharing too much. And I want to hear it. I want to hear you sing what you're feeling.
It could be a case of I haven't sang in a long time either.
It might be, but it's what startled me. Other than that, I
will revisit that.
I stand by what I said. I don't think you want to tinker with it too much.
Okay. Brad?
Yeah, I think simplicity is its virtue.
Yep.
You know, it's for the lack of a better word, singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
You know, but a little bit more aggressive.
All of these songs that I'm doing for this project so far are a pretty big departure from my previous work in the fact that I think they're more straightforward, they're more accessible,
And they're actually more honest.
They're way more honest.
Yeah.
Before I just get weird with stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, you spoke to this during your song episode, where like we would both in the past write songs, get them to a point, and be like, "That's a done song."
Yeah.
No matter if it like.
If it needs
If it
something,
needs it or not.
Time expires.
So
right?
I've got a collection of work where the song structures are so inaccessible, but to me, I'm like, oh, it's done. That's
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
So I'm trying to be more aware of these songs and listenability for an audience.
You're speaking a language, and somebody needs to know how to accept the language.
Yeah.
That they need to know the language also. You can't just throw something at them that's totally
Hey,
different and off the wall. Some people like that. Some people love
And
that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Don't throw that out. I mean,
Right.
I
No,
want-
not at all. I think it's always going to be there in you, because your attempt at straightforward is going to be so different than straightforward attempts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And during the first 3 measures of this song, my thought was, this doesn't sound like a Wade song. It's really straightforward.
Right.
It's brutally honest. And it's probably what I love about it.
Right. Maybe in the future we'll have to play one of those fucked up songs.
I think that'll
Just
be.
so people get a fucking idea.
I think it might be fun on future episodes if we do revisit some of our old work to tag on to it.
Yeah,
and,
just to see
and
what's
talk
up.
about it a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have to do that.
Yeah.
But I think the song I asked you because I think it's really close to done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you wanna mess with
Nope.
it too much because it's real raw. I like how it sounds. Yeah, like whatever you did with the technical reverb parts and all that.
Not much.
It's
I
really,
think there's a reverb on
but it's
the
real
vocal,
clean.
the guitar.
Yeah.
I recorded direct again because again this was like I'm just doing demos.
Yeah.
But then I was like,
Locked it
well,
in.
this turned out way better than I thought,
Yeah.
and I
The
liked the
guitars
performance.
sound good. What'd you
so-
play?
That was my Fender. All the songs have been on my Fender lead guitar, which is going back to my roots, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been playing my Gibson SG for the past couple years, almost exclusively. But my Fender lead 2 guitar is that's my jam. That's,
Yeah, we've
that's
talked
my
about that in
guitar.
the past. Is
Yeah.
we all have a bunch of instruments, but we have that home
Like,
instrument.
If there's a fire or a tornado, like that's the one I'm
going
grabbing.
in. I have that Stratocaster, and that's like the sound where when Wade listens to it, he goes, "Oh, Brad's playing the
Yep.
guitar."
Yeah, I can
Mine's,
just tell.
mine's my
You can hear
Ibanez that I talked about in the first
yeah,
episode.
and you can hear it. Yeah,
Yeah.
So that I've kind of reacquainting myself with that instrument for this
For the
project.
record, that Fender lead is my favorite guitar of yours.
it's a great guitar.
It's phenomenal guitar.
I love it.
All right, guys, that's episode 3. Thanks everybody for listening. Please be sure to rate and review us wherever you listen to your podcasts. And check out our social media pages. We have ourselves an Instagram page, a YouTube page, a Facebook page. We'll be sure to post additional content there. And thanks for listening. So that episode was a little short.
Yeah.
And kind of a downer, really.
Yeah.
So what we've decided to do is give you a bonus song. And you might have noticed in the first episode that there was a song right off the bat without any explanation. The first song we bring to you listeners is about masturbating to the J.C. Penney catalog. So I guess we can explain that a little now. That is from a project that Brad and I did called Meatballs and Beyond. It was basically like you and me, our first foray into songwriting together, I think. We had been playing like in bands and stuff, but something happened and that was no longer a thing. So we started getting together every week, and every Friday our goal was to write and record a new song. And I think it's kind of cool that we're kind of back to that now. It kind of mirrors this project a little bit. And that album turned out being super silly. There was no pressure. We really did write and record a song.
Well, yeah, we
pretty
did
much one night a week.
every Friday.
Yeah.
We got together with the band and we were playing. It was every Friday. We never had plans. We went and played music.
Mm-hmm.
That once the band stopped coming over, it was like, all right, well, let's just write a song every Friday when we get together, whether it's, good, not good. Didn't matter.
So these were just written off the floor.
This was
Just, no one came with anything.
No, it was like, okay, nobody came with anything.
No,
it was like just
beautiful.
show up, and then like Wade would have a little keyboard sound, and he would slap something into it. I bought on this particular song, I bought that Korg. Remember?
Yeah, the vocoder.
And I was bringing the Korg over, and I was like, oh, it's got a vocoder on it.
So I was thinking about that when we were when I decided to do these bonus songs. I remember for a lot of these songs just sitting there with keyboards like just across from each other.
Yeah, not knowing what to do
with like the cheesy beat and just
Yep.
yeah, it was fun. So that was in 2011.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
And so every once in a while we get a short episode or we feel like we want to bring you some more content. We're going to be revisiting that album as bonus songs first. And Brad and I have also done other projects over the years that we'll be bringing to you as bonus songs. The weekly format will mostly be things that are new that we have not put out into the world before, but the bonus songs will be something we've released in some capacity, and we'll talk about them as we go. So this one's called Drug Bust. Well, let's give it a listen. So, one fun little thing I didn't mention is that as we go along with these bonus songs, I'm remixing them because they'd never gotten a mix before because Brad and I really didn't know how to do that or what it was. We just recorded songs, called it good.
As a level, yeah, we put it on a level as we went, and when it was done, it was done.
Yeah.
That was it.
So I didn't mention that for the first bonus song, Mr. T Starter Kit in episode 1. That's a new mix. This one is a new mix, and as we go along, I'll be throwing new mixes on some of these things that never had them before. And we won't spend a ton of time in these, but what do you think, Brad? That's the first time you've heard that.
I like the new mix. I like the drums. Like,
Cool, yeah.
obviously, the drumming part is awesome because all we ever had before was that little BR8.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
you
just changed it. Like,
so here's something I did interesting on this. If we want to get technical real quick.
we don't have a lot of time.
Right.
Well, let's get shortly technical.
Let's go.
So I took that drum beat, which was just one track, which was that just
BR8, just random.
So it was that drum beat you hear, the kick, snare, and a hi-hat. And I actually cut every piece of it, every beat, and separated the kick, snare, and hi-hat onto their own tracks and then processed them differently.
I like it.
Thing.
That was cool.
I like the mix a lot.
Yeah.
It's a silly song. But
Yeah.
that's what it was one night.
And it's not like in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But again, like I had that I bought that keyboard. I had that drum machine that I was bringing over because a lot of the way these started out is I would just have a beat or whatever, and we would just start playing the drums. And
Yeah.
Wade and I would play for like 3 hours, and then at the end we were like, okay, we got a song real quick. We'd record it down.
I like that it's built around the bass line.
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels like a Miami Vice kind of bass line.
that was the intention.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
It's
You got there.
It's a montage track.
Another thing about the bass is like there's like a keyboard pad in the bass too. Like I couldn't separate those. It was like because it was on the fly. We're like, well,
in the drum track, you mean?
no, in the bass track.
In the bass track?
there's like a keyboard
I didn't pick that up.
going on too.
Huh.
Like that keyboard that you hear is like just part of the bass.
Oh
track.
no, because the bass track was the way it was a pattern I wrote.
Oh, okay.
And so the bass track, the dun 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 dun, was in the drum pattern, and so I probably had a keyboard in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just got bounced down altogether.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What I had
Yeah,
to
you
work
didn't have a
with.
lot of control over it. But.
No.
The song terminates beautifully.
Oh yeah,
I like
the end,
that. Yeah.
the end, the messy end is good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool. I don't know. Is there anything anybody else wants
No,
to say
it
about
was just-
that?
that
No,
was
I think it's done.
Yeah, that's
the mix.
done. That was
The mix
just
is great. She's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and these bonus songs aren't things we're going to be revisiting and deciding if they are done.
Yeah, they're done.
We're
Yeah.
just going to mix them and have fun with them. So.
Yeah, it was better than anything else we probably would have done that night.
So yeah, look forward to hearing some more of these as we go forward. We're just going to kind of sprinkle them into the episodes as needed. Again, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. So before we get out of here, I have tacked on about 5 minutes of bonus content, which is basically just us not being able to pull our shit together to continue with the podcast at one point. So if you were wondering why we sounded all snotty and exasperated when coming back for the bonus section, well, this is why. Oh, hold on.
Whoa.
We're back. So this episode was a little short. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Roll it.
Bonus song.
I'm not sure what I found so funny.
I found you pretty funny.
Just like immediately.
Okay, I'm ready.
No, he's not done. I can tell. He's got it.
I think we're good.
See, I knew there was another round. Coming.
It was your
perfect.
face. I think it might have been your face. All right, I'm good. Don't let me stop you.
All right. I don't really know what to do now.
So we had a short episode. All right. Woo! Why? All right.
What time's band practice?
I'm good now.
This whole thing's gonna be a bonus episode.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah,
You good?
I'm good, man.
Okay.
I just spit my coffee into my coffee. We're good? All right. Yeah, anyway. All right, where we at?
Should I play that thing again?
Probably.
That was good.
Welcome back.
Fuck.
Okay. I think that if we could warm up like this every time, that'd be really good.
Pretty sure I'm sweating from laughing.
All right.
All right.
Hopefully we can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. All right, we gotta fucking pull this together.
Whoa. Whoa.
We've identified it. We figured out what it was. It was the whoa. What happened?
Whoa.
Somebody scratched my shit. All right, we nailed it. That was good. Good detective work, Will.
Don't get rid of it.
That was good detective work. No. It's gotta stay.
It's there now.
Whoa.
Hashtag whoa.
Oh, all right.
Oh, God. I bring that Kleenex.
Jesus.
Throw up.
We just lost our only listeners.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right. All right.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm warm.
Get you, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, one more time.
So that episode. Okay. Shit. Okay. Just kind of feeling worthless.
Yeah, it's good. Boom, done. Next.